Welcome back to Kingdom Collectibles. So today, like I said, meeting up with a really good buddy of mine. This is Stuart Dredman. He's the owner of Man Key Business. How long ago did you start Man Key Business?
Monkey Business was born in March of 2025, and it took off pretty slow, but I will say over the last 6 to 7 months, it's been astronomical growth that I've been absolutely humbled by.
As someone who started a Pokemon business fairly recently, what is your number one piece of advice to someone who is wanting to maybe start a collectible company, a Pokemon business, something? What is your number one piece of advice that you've learned over these last years?
You can't do it all on your own.
It's huge.
It's not going to happen.
Huge.
Take care of people. If you take care of people, they'll take care of you. That's probably the biggest one.
You gotta have a team. You gotta have a team. If you don't have a team,
you gotta delegate.
Facts.
I mean, the first 1,000 packages I packed literally on a folding table from Target, pushed into a closet.
Trust.
Growth is slow, but it'll come if you keep going.
Facts.
But it came to the point where I need to hire people to pack, so I've done that. But just surrounding yourself with like-minded people that not only share your vision, but that you can trust, and you can trust to also allow them to keep their creative aspect. When I'm partnering with people, I don't say, "Hey, this is the video I want. Do this.
Stay in this box."
No, I don't do that. People have their following because they are who they are.
Facts.
People love the realness and the rawness that some of my affiliates have. So when I ask them to make a video, it's not, "Hey, I'm going to give you a box of Crystal Gathering. Here's what I want you to do." It's, "Hey, here's a box of Crystal Gathering. Please make a video."
In the Pokemon hobby, what is your favorite personal card right now?
Probably the My Neo Genesis Lugia.
Okay, I feel you in first edition.
Lugia is such an iconic character within the Pokemon. I mean, from the movies and everything to chasing them around in the game.
So with starting Man Key Business, there's going to be tons of people online being like, why didn't he go with English? And it's going to be a huge question, I know. Why did you not go with English? Why did you want to go with Japanese, Chinese products, Korean products out the gate? What was your thinking there?
Of course. So, of course, English is very difficult to get.
It's the most popular. It's difficult to get now for anyone who's in the game, for sure.
I mean, even somebody that is much larger than me, that's doing millions of dollars a year, they may not be able to get distribution. So if you can't do distribution, what are your options, right? You can either scalp, which I'm not a fan of, I'm not going to do, or you can acquire secondary collections. I have started to do that, just off the secondary market, just buying collections and stuff, but your margins can kind of be pretty small there, I knew that I could get a hold of it. I knew that there were a lot of shops that were charging way too much for it. It's a great, I don't want to say budget necessarily, because it still may not be in everyone's budget, because everything's expensive these days. But foreign languages, not only do they have the cool exclusives, but like with Japanese, man, if you're not playing the TCG with the cards you're ripping from, why are you ripping English?
Why are you ripping English? Agreed.
You've got guaranteed hit rates. The print quality is so much better. It's cheaper.
We love that. We love saving money.
And you can actually get your hands on it.
Oh, absolutely. It's so much more available, without a doubt.
And it's so much fun to rip. And I mean, if you're a big of Pokemon fan as I am, and I know that you are,
trust.
You know what Pokemon it is anyway.
Exactly.
I don't need that English writing on there, right? Now, I do play the TCG. I don't play like with a physical deck. I play on the Pokemon TCG Live app. If you haven't checked that out, you need to. It's a lot of fun.
It's a blast.
And one thing that I've learned too about playing that and getting more into the TCG is it makes ripping so much more fun, because you start to appreciate like those trainer cards that you don't care about.
You start to appreciate stuff. Yeah, when I started playing Pokemon TCG in physical person was probably about 2-3 years ago, and same thing. When you start ripping packs, you actually read through the moves and actually what like everybody does, because you're like, can I put this in the deck?
Exactly.
Is this playable?
Or you're
is
like,
this
that's in my deck, man.
Oh, 100% without a doubt. And then it's even more fun, I agree with the Japanese, because if you play, you already know what everything does and says anyway, because you're in it like that. So regardless, I'm always a huge fan. Better print quality. I'm a big texturing guy, also, especially with those SIRs that we get today. And just I tell people, we're spoiled in the Pokemon world. I come from the generation where you weren't guaranteed a holo in every pack. You weren't guaranteed anything. You know what I mean? Like, we get 2 reverse holos and a holo every single pack, guaranteed for English now. It's ridiculous. The IRs, the special illustration rares, like, it is just the artwork and just the aspect of Pokemon. Fans, collectors, we're spoiled. We're really, really spoiled.
One of the best examples that I have of the difference in texture and print quality is actually the Lugia from, if you're talking about English, it's Silver Tempest. With Japanese,
I agree. I've ripped them both in person, so I've seen it live. I know what you're doing.
Insane, the difference in quality.
Facts.
I mean, you don't have to touch it. You can hold them up side by side, and it's an insane difference. So I don't get to go to a lot of shows. So being able to go part-time at my actual, real life job, of course, would allow me to do circuits of shows and stuff. And like I was just talking about, the big thing for me right now is brand recognition. And what would be better for brand recognition than doing those searches?
I know as you're growing, people are going to be like, who is the guy behind Mankey Business? Who is the face? Who is the guy? And I think, honestly, great individual, great human being, and that's why I think it'd be a blast for people to be able to interact with your show.
And I love meeting people, man.
Is Mankey one of your all-time favorite Pokemon, or how did you come up with the name Mankey Business?
So honestly, no. Actually, I would not even say that Mankey is in my top 10.
I've always been curious, honestly, about this.
I like Mankey, but like I just said a few minutes ago, I'm not sure if it was on video or not, but I'm not somebody that can say like, yes, this is my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Trust.
I have probably up to 10 that I'm like, yeah, I love them, right?
Agreed.
But no, Mankey has never really been one of my favorites. Although I do love I think it was the first season where Mankey steals Ash's hat.
Yep. Trust.
And
100%.
And Brock says, "Oh, jelly-filled donuts."
Yeah,
I love that. Love that clip. But no. I was looking for brand names that one could hopefully be protected by parity law. We'll see as I start to grow how that goes. I already have a vision and an idea that, like, if I'm ever contacted by Nintendo for a cease and desist, I've already got a brand name that I've already filed. I already have the domain name for. It'd be
easy for you to transfer over.
Yeah. 100%. But Mankey Business just seemed fun, man.
I love it. I think the name is really fun. It speaks for itself, and you don't have to explain it.
No,
and that's the best part about a
Mankey
good
Business.
Do you foresee Pokemon ever dipping back down to what it was previous 2025? Or do you see just the market correcting itself until the next hype and the next phase?
That's such an interesting conversation to have. Man, I have a very interesting theory about that. People our age, I'm 32, we kind of got screwed financially, I mean, honestly, unless you have a household of 150 plus, you can't really comfortably afford a home. So what you're seeing is people our age that have grown up, but still, have that grip on our childhood that we don't necessarily want to let go, that we want to enjoy. The money that we would typically be spending on things like a home and things like that, we can't spend it there because we can't afford it, right?
Nope.
So people are spending that money on collectibles. And it's turning collectibles, not just Pokemon,
collectibles
sports
across
cards,
the board. I've been saying this.
Into more of an asset class. Now, is it always going to be like it has been for the last 24 months? No.
Agreed.
Is it going away? I don't think so.
Agreed.
I don't think so at all. Every market, no matter what you're talking about, has its ups and downs. Of course, nothing goes up forever. But no, I don't think it's going away. Not for the foreseeable future.
I think right now we're in a unique spot where you're seeing who's a true investor versus who's someone who's just trying to make a quick buck. Because you're getting into an interesting phase as we approach 30th anniversary, where everyone's trying to offload and dump. I've been seeing people trying to dump stuff, which is great for those that are investors. And the thing about that too is that gives you a huge opportunity to grow and actually find product because people are trying to offload things.
It does.
Now, I think for those that are looking, now's a great time. Look at those sets that people are kind of sleeping on as they're looking and getting worried for the FOMO of missing out on 30th anniversary and everything that's about to come. Post 30th anniversary, I agree with you. Pokemon has this really impressive track record for 30 years now, where they have a brand new game, TV show, TCG, another game, then board game. They have their IP everywhere in your face, every day throughout the year, in every various market. The Pokemon hype's only going to continue to grow. As population grows, more people are going to keep getting into Pokemon. As people continue to have kids, they're going to get into Pokemon. So Pokemon's definitely not going to go anywhere. I definitely think that what you're going to start seeing is people getting into a transition of what's really worth it versus what's not really worth it on a financial gain and investing aspect versus then the collecting aspect. And I think in the next 5 years, you're going to start seeing a lot more cards that we'll think of now as great artworks and stuff be dumped in that collector's aspect because people aren't able to make that extra quick buck on them. And people are going to be able to access so many IRs and art rares. And that's the thing. Pokemon's printing this now, and this is a still pretty new thing within the last 2 to 3 years. 5, 10 years from now, think about how many art rares and illustration rares we're going to have in the market. You know what I mean? There's going to be that chase exclusives for the Pikachus, your Charizards, your Moonbreons, the ones that everyone knows you're going to make your quick buck with. But for the collectors and other people too that just want to get in or start getting into the hobby, there will be plenty of cards, sets, everything to jump in with. And I truly agree with that.
And don't sleep on collecting, based on illustrators as well. As you have more big money, and I mean big money, getting into Pokemon, if you don't understand how big money works, they're not buying art because they like art. a lot of these people are buying art as a financial tactic to actually take out loans against these arts, right?
Like you said, collectibles are starting to become into that asset category, and being able to take out loans. I've been looking into that myself.
You're actually already seeing it
because you're seeing it. You are seeing it live happen right now.
You're seeing it. Actual companies offering loans based on your actual collection.
What's interesting is, especially with graded cards and people's graded inventories, because then you have a piece of art that has now been certified and authenticated by a bigger company, bigger brand recognition. Any bank, anybody from the collector and money-making aspect will look at that as, well, the certification's already done. It's already there. I already know what the value is. It's locked in. So it makes it so much easier to get that loan or to use it as collateral.
It does. It's a very, very interesting aspect.
Big goal of mine one day. Don't know when it's going to be, but Lord willing, I would love to get a big purchase, whether it be a house, a piece of land, a car, a something, a boat, with a slab. That is definitely the goal, or a various group of slabs or something like that. But because I believe it's possible, I know it is. You see it happen all the time. I just saw the.
You want to start to see like Shinji Kanda art exhibits.
Oh, dude,
it's gonna happen.
It's
going to happen, man.
You want to know my number one little tip of the dice that I've been telling people and people? Okay, so this is more if you're just starting to vend and get into doing shows and stuff. People always talk about setup and what I have. Should I have a binder? Should I not have a binder? I tell everyone, the more binders you have, the more people you'll have at your table if you have space allocated for it, because people love to go through a binder. I don't care what anybody says. People love to sit there and just hunt for treasure and see what you have. They will turn every single page of that binder and still maybe not buy everything, but the fact that you've got a person there at your table for that long, that's an impressive retainer for just having a binder open. So I recommend people always have a binder out. I've started to have a selection, and I'm going to have an actual binder here in the future, all Shinji Kanda arts. Tomatsu Koyama, who did a lot of Scream ones, whole binder with all his artworks.
Very similar to Shinji as well.
All the Yukamoris. I have a whole binder with all the Yukamoris. And then I forget, and roast me, but the artist who does the little cross-knitted, little stitch Pokemon.
Osaka Ito.
Thank you. I have a binder for that as well. Because, again, those are unique cards. Those are things that people from the collector aspect, too, are really starting to be like, oh, these have been coming out for a minute. Oh, there's a lot of these. Oh, this is actually something that's really kind of unique, and they do like live in person, and it makes the whole collecting aspect huge. And that's something that I think if you do that now, you're going to make a ton of money. Because if you already have that stuff categorized and available for people, they don't have to go hunting for it through like a bulk binder of everything. You'll make more money than the guy who has it.
No, absolutely. If you're on the vending side of things, of course, it's important that you are profitable. You're vending, right?
You're vending. You're trying to make money.
Yeah,
trying to make
like
money.
that's part of it. It's not all about money, but if you're vending, obviously you do want to see a return on your investment. You just got to do it the right way.
Facts. I would say too, as we talked about business, biggest thing in growing a business fast, being transparent, treating people right, and doing good business. Bad gas travels so fast in this industry, and especially in this business. And if you're trying to get into the vending space, especially in your hometown, whatever it may be, it takes one bad deal. One bad deal. No one wants to deal with you anymore. No one wants to hit you up. You've hosed it. You have ruined that trustworthy aspect. You have ruined that.
You don't have to be best friends with everyone. Just be a good person.
You just got to be a good person. Just do good business. Be transparent. That's the number one piece of advice for someone who is trying to get allocations, or for someone who's trying to go down that road of contacting people overseas.
Yeah. So what I would suggest is that first, and it does not have to be me, reach out to an existing store, maybe a smaller store not because the big stores are full of people that are too cool to talk to you, but they're very busy people. Reach out to a smaller store. I'll mention a few, and you can link them below. Some of my friends that I talk to on the regular that also have smaller shops. Of course, I'm Mankey Business. You've got Grayson. He's out in California. PokeTrackerGG.com. Another great shop that you can absolutely trust. Just Playing Cards. Dylan. He's up north. Another great guy. He's actually another nurse. He owns Just Playing Cards LLC. Another great shop. Reach out to somebody like us, somebody like them, and maybe even like source through them at first. I will sell to you if you're doing wholesale at dang near cost, and just to help you learn how to source those foreign printed cards, because it's not hard, but it can be a little fickly sometimes trusting It's not
I
as
feel
simple.
it can be intimidating for a lot of people just getting in the space and not meeting someone face to face and doing business where you're trying to build a relationship long term.
It's not as simple as going in and putting your credit card number or using Apple Pay.
Absolutely.
You're having to wire money to like a Wise account and then transfer that money overseas. It can be very intimidating. It can seem very scary. So I always suggest just reach out to a smaller shop first. See if you can do a few deals through them, and they'll likely be more than happy to do it. I know that myself actually. I've helped sell several shops. There's a friend in Memphis that just opened a storefront, 901 Deals. Guy, whenever he started, looking at stocking foreign printing cards, he called me and was like, "Hey, can I buy through you?" And I was like, "Why don't I just give you a little crash course on how to buy directly? I don't have to make money on every deal, man. Some things are just about building relationships with people, dude.
Facts.
Which is sometimes worth more than any dollar amount that you can
100%.
put on it.
100%.
So yeah, reach out to some of those smaller shops and just ask. We're more than happy to teach you how.
Without a doubt, dude. No, asking questions. Do not be afraid. I tell people all the time, do not be afraid. Appreciate you, my dude.
Yeah, dude.
Let's open up this pack real quick.
Yeah.
We'll rock and roll. If you haven't yet, tell the people what this is and where they can find it.
So this one, I believe, is the second. Yeah,
second set. Yep.
Second set of the partner collection. It's a Chinese exclusive. It comes with. This was the first set that he just opened. A really cool.
I did pretty good with the first set. I ain't gonna lie, I did pretty good with the first set.
The third set will be coming out in the next few weeks. But it comes with a single pack and then a promo card.
And a nice little case. And the case is magnetic, which that's pretty sweet. That's pretty neat.
So you can hang them up like that. You can put one up to the fridge or wherever you want.
There's one promo card.
Yeah.
One time for. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, so for the monkey style Pokemon, Grookey's my favorite.
Yeah.
For the monkey, everyone loves Infernape. He's cool. I'm not saying he's not. He's a cool Pokemon. He's just it's not for me. All right. Rillaboom, I love the heavy metal, just like drummer, just like dreads. I like it. It works for me a little bit more. All right, real quick, one time. Let's pull the what is it from this set? Pikachu, and then is the Latios.
There's a Latios. Yep.
And the Latios. Okay.
That's basically circuit cards.
That's what I thought. They did split in half, or did they do one full?
They did.
Boom, boom. That's okay. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, anyways. Because again, I like the cards. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your time, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Truly. Be sure to check out Mankey Business and follow Kingdom Collectibles so you can see more interviews like